Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. This is your weekly reading for Leo, weekly relationship reading. All your relationships, married, single, anything in between. Leo. All right, we have a single person in the Hierophant. Yeah, so there could be somebody here who is single. It could be someone here who's in a committed relationship. Yeah, we've got the Queen of Stones. This is often someone who comes across as that they're already married or committed, but they're single. Yeah, so you may be dealing with someone like this, or this could be yourself in this energy. Yeah, it's all about two people needing to be on the same page. Yeah, I do see some sort of change. Yeah, so there is interest. But this is often someone who's kind of, I'm going to be honest, it's somebody who's single and independent who's losing interest in commitment. It's a person who's gone through a lot of change, but yet it's how they are here. Now there's someone here actually who is interested. There's a person of interest. Yeah, so we have a person who's walked away from a situation. See, somebody's walking away from a situation, moving on because of lack of interest, I feel. Yeah, it's not emotionally fulfilling. This is somebody who's, like I say, this is just somebody who's hasn't been fulfilled. They've not been in a situation that's made them happy. But I feel there is a person of interest coming in. Yeah, so someone focuses a lot. Some of you are definitely focusing a lot on work, more on work than anything, I feel. But we all know it takes two people to build too. So yeah, I do think you've got someone checking you out. There is a person of interest. But it's all about looking at things from a different perspective. So I feel there's a change of perspective. Yeah, because we got two people connecting. I think you're going to connect with someone here. Yeah, I do think it's an energy of two people kind of on the same page. You get each other. Let's have a look at the world. Yeah, so this is where the change comes. Tell me about the world. Yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, we got someone feeling open. This is an opportunity for change. Look at that. Just kind of go with the flow, see what happens. But this has to do with harmony between two people. Ooh, this is someone who's lost interest in marriage because they've never been fulfilled. And probably because it's getting people to actually commit. That's what I feel. This is someone who just becomes very independent. Or it's just someone checking someone out, looking to see if they're married or single. Yeah, there's definitely a single feminine energy here. I think you got a person checking you out here. Tell me about this Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody new. Leo, you got new coming in, or you're the one, I feel, checking someone out here. Because this is often change. The Empress is now open. But it has to do with someone who comes in right. It has to do with whether this will turn into a commitment. This is someone who will walk away if someone won't commit. Because the Queen of Stones is someone who is marriage material. It's also a person who wants to feel safe. They want a partner. They want their best friend. They want company, companionship. But it's also someone who's only going to be friends first. Wow, somebody's got some rules. Somebody's got some rules here. This is good because you should expect commitment. If people don't want to commit, you just walk away and don't waste a lot of time, because it is about putting in effort. If someone comes in and they don't put in effort, or they want you to be the one to do all the work, forget about it. Yeah, this is someone who would rather be single if someone doesn't make a commitment, because it's not safe. Because when there's no commitment, there's no commitment. And that's what I feel you're probably looking at here. But look at, you've got new. There's something new here. Some of you could be newly single too. I do see that, newly single, getting out there. Yeah, getting yourself out there. Yeah, some of you may have gone through a divorce, walked away because somebody wouldn't commit, or two people just don't get along and don't see eye to eye. So yeah, but I do see newly single. I also see a new person coming in. So tell me about the new. There's a person of interest. Yeah, I do see change. So there's beautiful change, someone new. Some of you have moved on. I feel some of you, it's yourself. There's change. You've moved on. Yeah, and the tables are turning, so I do feel getting out and socializing. So I do feel meeting some people, getting out there. This is what the message is getting out there, okay? Now, this could be on or on online dating and things like that, but I think the best way is getting yourself out into the world. You know, it's there for a reason. But yeah, and I do think there's this good news. See, someone's interested. So I do feel there's change coming, a whole new chapter. Someone's closing the book on the past. No longer interested. Nice. Tell me about this Ten of Cups. You got happiness coming in. Happiness and joy, some of you. This is what happens when you put yourself out there, when you get out there, right? This is a high vibrational energy. This, the Empress letting people know they're available, they're single. You see? That's what it's all about. But whoever it is needs to come in right. And they also need to make some kind of a commitment, at least an agreement, to spend some time, to put in effort. Yeah. And then see where it goes. Some of you deal with a lot of people who don't put in effort. See, the avoidant, people who try to avoid commitments. So you're applying lessons learned. So you have to look at the lessons you've learned. Yeah, I do think some of you are definitely, I feel it's an energy of somebody who avoids commitment. So if you have someone avoiding you or they're avoiding a commitment, don't waste your time. Just get yourself out there. Leave them hanging. Right? That's what it's all about. Because, you know, if you don't expect commitment and if you don't expect some of these things, you're probably never going to get it. So why waste your time, right? Apply the lessons learned. Anybody who comes in and doesn't put in effort probably wouldn't make a good partner anyway. Okay? So you want that, but it does take two. Tell me about the Two of Cups. Yeah, see, some of you have waited. So this is where somebody's got to the point where they feel the ship has sailed, right? There's a lot of avoidance, a lot of people who they only go so far and then they avoid the other person. But I do think this is an energy where, you know, this Queen of Stones energy, it's just an energy of someone who's working, preparing, and just waiting for the right person to come in. See, it's somebody who's definitely not chasing. But it certainly doesn't hurt to be social. Like, it's not about sitting at home and waiting and only going to work and then home. This is about, it's about creating change. It's about changing your own world, for starters. But there is a beautiful change. Yeah, it feels often, yeah, you can see opportunities coming in. So someone's, and this is also someone moving on from someone who won't commit to avoid a disaster. Because if you did actually stay with someone like this, there's not, I don't see a commitment. I just see someone who keeps options open. So it is about exploring other options and opportunities. Yeah, I do think you got some opportunities coming in, some of you. Interesting. Tell me about the Hanged Man. Yeah, see, it's about somebody who actually commits. They come in right. See, they put in effort right off the get-go. It's how it starts. Look at how it starts. That'll tell you. How it starts is how it'll go. And if they don't put in effort and they avoid commitment or they avoid putting in any effort, you already know what you've got. Somebody who's not partnership material. But I think someone here sees you as marriage material. Eight of Cups is often what two people are seeking for. See, two people seeking the same thing. Happiness, emotional fulfillment. So interesting. I'm actually going to put it here. That's where I was talking. But this is someone seeking options. See, I feel this is somebody who also has a similar energy. You're both seeking the same thing. You want to be happy. You want to be filled. Happy home, happy life. But I definitely can see this is somebody moving on from a situation themselves. But it's really about when somebody comes in and they put in effort, it means that they want love, right? They put in the effort. They plant the seed, they build the foundation, and they follow through, and they make a commitment. I feel like some of you there's a lot of avoidance. So what you do is you just avoid those people. You go on a few dates, see if you get along with each other. You know, give it a little time. It takes a little time, of course. There needs to be a little patience, but it's all about not wasting time. Don't let people waste your time. Yeah, people who come in and they do it by the book. Little old school rules. And I know a lot of people are progressive, and that's your choice. Everybody has that choice. But one thing about old school rules, the feminine expects, after a period of time, the feminine expects commitment, or they just move on. Plain and simple. Yeah. So this has to do with whether the feelings are actually mutual, two people on the same page. So I do see an energy of respect and self-respect. This is about your own self-worth too, right? If you sit and wait for somebody while you got somebody here, I feel some of you got people who avoid commitment while you're waiting for them. They're seeking out other options. And it's what the feminine should be doing. And that's what I feel is going to happen here. But I do see an emotionally available person coming in. Yeah. See, it's a person who, they let you know how they feel. They let you know they're available, that they're open. They're mature because they put in effort. They come in right. Yeah, they build a foundation. It's about somebody being able to, I see someone here even being able to provide a home. I mean, this is some pretty old school stuff here, but like I say, it all depends on what it is that you want here. Sometimes we have feminine energies who also avoid commitment because they just want to focus on work. They just want company and companionship, which is a choice. Everyone has that choice, right? This is about creating your own world. But I do think some of you got this beautiful energy of the feelings being mutual. It's about building the foundation, spending time together. Yeah. It's about a loving home, family. This is what some people really want. Tell me about justice. Yeah, see, it's somebody here between two worlds making a choice. So it's all about going down this path. It's two people coming together, choosing each other, and to be faithful and loyal. We all know that, right? Yeah. The foundation's got to be built first, and the foundation is this person coming in right, emotionally available. Because if they come in and they're not emotionally available, then they're going to be avoiding you and wasting your time. So this person's emotionally available. That is definitely established. And I also see stable. Yeah, good friends and family. See, this is somebody here. Friends who were like family, a reason to celebrate. See, this is about getting engaged as well. This is also that energy of this beautiful change, a whole new chapter. See, taking it to the next level, getting engaged. Everyone's celebrating, rejoicing. So I feel like you have this opportunity coming. This actually could go somewhere. But like I say, at some point here, when it gets to the crossroads of the relationship, if you have somebody who all of a sudden starts avoiding you, they don't follow through, they're not putting in effort, do what you need to do, release it. They may not have your best interest at heart. Anybody who has your best interests at heart, and it's both of you, will make some kind of a commitment right off the get-go. Whether it's committed, like it's just the foundation, okay? But it's about committing to being together. Maybe just committing to be just the two of you, until you see how you get along, right? That's what it's all about. And you know, if you look at old school rules, like back in, like, say, I don't know, probably in the 40s, 50s, you would date as many people as you wanted to date, but it didn't go past datings, company, companionship, right? It doesn't go past that. There's nothing wrong with that, because then what you're doing is you're exploring a whole lot of options fairly quickly. Yeah. I think there's a lot to be said about the old ways. At least for getting it started, right? But yeah, I mean, a lot of people are much more progressive. I'm seeing old school rules here in this reading, quite a lot of it actually. But I also see a very independent feminine energy who will walk away and seek happiness, emotional fulfillment, and would rather be happy alone than be with somebody who's an avoidant, who won't commit. Yeah. This is an interesting read. I mean, tell me more about the star. Yeah. See, I feel it's an energy of being popular, someone with lots of options, and there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people feel entitled when they meet somebody that they shouldn't have dated anybody else at that point. You should be dating lots of people at once. Just don't do anything but date. Anybody who expects anything more than company and companionship when it starts doesn't have your best interest at heart. Very few of those relationships go the distance these days. Yeah, you can see having faith. This is about somebody's intentions being honorable. See, showing you their intentions are honorable because they have respect. They have self-respect too. But I love this. This is how something's playing out for someone. I do see a person getting engaged. People celebrating. I see long-term stability. See, the old school rules is the masculine comes in and basically takes the lead. Doesn't mean the feminine can't flirt a little or let somebody know they're interested, letting them know they're open. But it's like they got to come and get you. They got to show you that they're interested. They have to put in the work. They have to have respect, self-control. Yeah, they have to show you that they have honorable intentions. They're gonna, I mean, this is all talking marriage here, honoring someone. I mean, this is what it's all about. So, but you have to be in the Empress energy, right? You have to be ready for this because it takes two. At some point, the two of you come together and go down this path. I feel some of you are going to get married or engaged to somebody here. I mean, I'm just reading this to you in a way that could be anybody, just life in general, relationships in general, but it's here. So there is somebody who really is thinking marriage and commitment, something long term. They want to be happy. They want the happy home, happy life, the whole package. So yeah, so I do think it's somebody who actually has honorable intentions, but it's making sure that you're on the same page, that you understand each other. So I do see some sort of an agreement. Now, if you don't want to date just one person and you don't want it to go past dating and spending time, you have to make sure you let that person know because it's only fair to them too, right? It's all about being fair. But I see harmony. I feel some of you got something cooking really good here. Yeah, really good. Like this is great for you guys. But stay away from those avoidance because anybody who starts avoiding you, they usually just want to be single. They want to play the field. I mean, it's okay to date other people as long as you're just dating, right? As long as you're just dating. But when you date other people and you don't go past company and companionship, if they want you, they're going to have to put the work in or they're going to lose out. That's the whole point of it. So be the Empress. Love it. Take care, you guys. And I absolutely see someone who would rather be single if they're not completely happy in a relationship. But I feel we have two single people going to come together and build a life together here. There's this beautiful change. Remember, when you're dating someone too, you have that right. You have the right to change your mind at any time. Anybody does, right? But yeah, I do see this definitely leading towards engagement and long-term stability too. Two people who look out for each other. Yeah, so nice. Take care. Bye for now.